Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rowdy Pre-Race Report, FlameDisk edition. We're going to do some grilling and talking about Sunday's Cup race at Michigan International Speedway. Let's fire up the FlameDisk, my friends. You see, the easy thing about FlameDisk here, Buck Fever, it's you don't need the charcoal, you don't need the gas. You just need the FlameDisk and some matches. And set it on fire.
It tastes just as you had mesquite on there. It's amazing. You might not believe us, but go get the FlameDisk.
If you check it out, you're going to like it.
You're going to like it. Get the FlameDisk.
Touch a match to it.
It tastes flame-kissed.
Today's secret ingredient, Jiffy Pop. That's right. We can even get popcorn on our FlameDisk here for our tailgate. Let's talk about Michigan, Buck. What's your key to this race and this racetrack?
Well, Barry Dodson says it. To win at Michigan, you need a big pair of cojones. It's a tough, tough racetrack. And Matt Kenseth, on our podcast, he said it. If you don't have your car set up early to get through the turns, you're going to be hosed on this racetrack because you're going to get lapped in a second. And if you get lapped in a second, you're not going to win the race, especially when fuel mileage becomes a big part of this race. Getting lapped early and not getting through that turn, it hoses you.
Yeah, the speed at Michigan is a big key because, frankly, for drivers, this is not that challenging of a racetrack. It's not that hard of a racetrack to drive. So it's really about the car and the setup, and can you get your car working through these big sweeping turns? You've got to keep your momentum up. But a couple things I'm going to be watching. Number one is just horsepower. This track does reward horsepower, Buck. So if you've got a little more under the hood, it should show up at Michigan.
The Chevys?
The flip side of that is, a lot of times Michigan is a fuel mileage race, and typically the more horsepower you have, the worse fuel mileage you get. Therefore, you've got to kind of balance that equation. Strategy, the crew just keeping up with the racetrack, those are going to be big factors as well. Now, who do you like in this race?
Well, if it's a fuel mileage race, I would go with Kurt Busch. But if it's a regular old-fashioned horsepower, race him up, I'm going to go with Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon is due. He's good at this racetrack. I want to see him get his victory this year, and I want to see it happen at Michigan.
This has been a Ford racetrack over the years. We got some popcorn.
Did you see the popcorn?
It flew.
It flew.
This has been a Ford racetrack over the years. Jack Roush's cars have always looked good here, but they're just not that good lately. So it's hard for me to pick a guy like Carl Edwards. This is Carl Edwards' best racetrack statistically. Jeff Gordon ran second in both races last year here. For some reason, I like the Gibbs cars to keep rolling, and I like Kyle Busch this week, even though Denny Hamlin won last week. It's been Denny, it's been Kyle. I think it's going to be Kyle this week, taking it at Michigan. All right, that has been your Rowdy.com Big 3 Michigan pre-race edition. Thank you, FlameDisk and Jiffy Pop, I might add, for this popcorn.
Incredible. Incredible. The little FlameDisk can light up this much popcorn.
We'll be back on Monday to tell you what happened at MIS. Maybe Junior can get a win at the site of his last win.
Are you crazy?
Okay, maybe not.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.